Good afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about something that some people really just don't want to admit that it exists, but it's there. And you and I both know it's there. And what I want to talk about today is when we are in those moments when we have to fight, and there is nothing more inspiring than the underdog story. And it shows all of us that when we're down and the chips are against us and there is nothing going our way other than pure determination, our willingness to continue and fight through whatever keeps getting in our way, that's a perfect story. And there is no perfect story than that of Rocky. And it is one of my favorites, and it inspires me every day to keep fighting, and not in the ring, but to keep fighting for what I want and for what I believe and for what I know is true. And if you ever want to know what a fighter looks like, go watch a litter of puppies, and you know who's going to fight the hardest? It's going to be the little guy, the one that gets pushed aside, that no one seems to even acknowledge, the one that everybody just wishes would just go away. But you know what that puppy learns? That puppy learns that in order for it to get what it needs and what it wants, it's going to have to fight its way through it. Life is tough. Life is more tough for some of us than it is others. And those of us that have learned to fight and to make sure that we don't settle, they're the ones that you watch, because those are the ones that make things happen. Those people don't give up. Have you ever had an opportunity that you just wished it aside and pretended that it didn't exist? And then when it came back around to you, you wish that you had fought for a little bit more? Maybe you got lost somewhere. Maybe you wanted to try something else. And in the middle of that, you ended up losing something that you actually find very valuable. And there are going to be times when it is the right time to walk away. And then there are going to be moments when you're going to have to fight for what you want, whether it's a dream, whether it is a simple change in your life, like losing weight or quitting smoking. It is not going to be easy. And there is a phrase or a quote out there that says, is it going to be worth it? You bet. Is it going to be easy? It won't be. And you know what? The best kind of life is the one that's fought for. There is no inspiring story behind someone that has had everything given to them. There's not. It doesn't happen. So what do we do instead? We find inspiration in the stories where there's struggle, where there has been perseverance and dedication, and there are people that are trying to hold others back, maybe through circumstance, maybe through words, maybe through actions. But the people that don't give up just because it's tough and no one else is doing it, those are the people that I want to hang out with. Those are the ones that remind me that, you know what, I know it's hard. It's hard for you and it's hard for me. But you know what? I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not going to quit. And even though we don't always know what's going to happen tomorrow, and today may be easy, tomorrow may be extremely tough, maybe there's a lesson in that. And maybe in those lessons, when everything starts to get really, really hard, that's when we start to weed people out. The people that are going to quit are going to quit. And the people that don't have enough in them to keep going are going to walk away. And that's okay. It just means that maybe that's not for them. But then there are the rest of us that are going to refuse to quit, that are going to be so stubborn and so pig-headed that failure is seriously just motivation. What happens when you are in the fight of your life? And let's make it not so extreme. Maybe you just want to fight for a new job. Maybe you just want to fight for a few extra bucks. Maybe You want to fight for a different relationship. Everything that you fight for, because it means something to you, will always be worth it. You can look back and try to find a way that's going to make it easy so that you still get the same outcome. But I'm going to tell you that you will never, ever appreciate the fight because it's easy. You will look back and you will say to yourself, look at what I did. Look at what I survived. Look at what I had to get through to get to where I am. And you know what? There's some pride in that. And no one will ever be ashamed of the fight that they give as long as they keep fighting. Lots of people quit. Lots of people give up. Lots of people walk away. But who are we inspired by? Not by those people. We're inspired by the people that, regardless of what's in front of them, they continue to move forward. Maybe it's a step. Maybe it's a tiptoe. Maybe it's a giant leap. But those people that are not afraid of others' opinions or the outcome continue to inspire us in ways that only underdogs can. One of my favorite movies of all time is Rocky. And I will never, ever understand how he was able to continue to keep fighting when he had nothing to fight for other than himself. But isn't that enough? Isn't that enough to get us in that ring of life so that we put up our dukes and we're ready for whatever comes our way? Life is beautiful and life is tough. And sometimes, in order for it to be beautiful, we have to fight to get there. Always wishing you a great Tuesday, and always on your side, in your corner, cheering you on as we all fight through life. Have a great day. See ya.